I I apologize. I had unintentionally stopped the first video when I should have kept recording. So if you'll forgive me, you're going to get two videos today. The second one will just be this answer key. I'm going to work through this rather quickly, but efficiently. Feel free to stop the video at any time to watch what I'm doing. Otherwise, just check your answers and make sure you're correct. Here, we're going to take the 2 times the 1 over the 3 times the 3. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 3 is 9. Since 2, 9 is reduced as far as possible, we don't have to go any further. Okay. Problem 1b, again, we're going to take the numerators and we're going to take 3 times 3, and we're going to take the denominators. We're going to take 8 times 4, and we're going to multiply these across. 3 times 3 is 9. 8 times 4 is 32. And since there is no number that evenly goes into both of those, 9 over 32 is the answer. Okay. See if I can get 4 of these in a screen. I apologize. Again, you can start here by calling this 1/2 if you want, or just straight up multiply and reduce later. 2 times 1 over 4 times 5 is 2 over 20. 2 goes into 2 1 times. 2 goes into 20 10 times. And 1/10 would be your final answer. Here, since the only things that go into each other are denominators, there's no reducing early. We'll take 1 times 1 over 6 times 3. 1 times 1 is 1. 6 times 3 is 18. And that, again, will be your final answer. Down here, I'm going to show you both of these ways in case you did go a little bit shorter. Okay. 1 over 5 does not reduce, but we'll rewrite that. 3 over 9 becomes 1 over 3. We can multiply 1 times 1 over 5 times 3 and get 1 over 15. That would be our final answer. Or we can just do 1 times 3 in the beginning and 5 times 9 in the beginning, which gives us 3 over 45. This is another time when you might want to use your calculator and do 3 divided by 45. Ooh, that's a crazy number. But if I just hit, let me scoot up a little bit. If I just hit math, enter on fractions, because fractions is the first one. Okay, enter, and enter again. Notice it reduces it to 1 over 15, just like we have already shown. Over here, we are going to have 2 over 6, again, reduces to, this would be 1/5 times 1/3, which would be 1 times 1 over 5 times 3 for 1 over 15. Look, same result as over here, just completely different numbers. Otherwise, 1 times 2 over 5 times 6 is 2 over 30. Again, we just do 2 divided by 30. We have that result. We hit math and we hit enter for fractions. Enter again, and we can see we get a 1 over 15 again. Okay, and that's 1 over 15, and again, that's your final answer. Now, down here, we have some things that can reduce again. It doesn't look as quick and normal. This 4 over 5 will be the same. However, since 3 goes into 6 2 times and 3 goes into 9 3 times, we can reduce that way. The numerators will be 4 times 2. The denominators will be 5 times 3. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times 3 is 15. And 8 over 15 does not reduce. If you're not comfortable with reductions, again, you take the numerators, 4 times 6. The denominators, 5 times 9. 4 times 6 is 24. 5 times 9 is 45. Again, 24 divided by 45 gives us a weird decimal. we go into math, enter on fractions, enter again, and notice, again, we get 8/15 as our final result. Okay. Here, nothing reduces, top and bottom, pretty much straight across. 2 times 1 over 5 times 3. 2 times 1 is 2. 5 times 3 is 15. 2/15 does not reduce. That would be your final answer. On our last two problems, there are a couple ways to reduce, and I'm going to show you both of them. Notice that 3/6 would be the same as 1/2 times 2/7. Notice there's a 2 here and a 2 here. Since 2 goes into 2 one time, this becomes 1/1 times 1/7, which is 1 times 1 over 1 times 7, or 1/7. It's your final answer. Otherwise, you go straight across. You get 3 times 2 over 6 times 7, which is 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 7 is 42. Again, if you need the help with the calculator, you have 6 divided by 42, which is this large decimal. You go to math, fraction, enter, and notice again, it becomes 1/7. And that's your final answer. The last problem, they both reduce. Look at this. 2/6 becomes 1/3. 5/10 becomes 1/2. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 2 is 6. And there's your final answer. Otherwise, you start from the beginning. 2 times 5 is 10. 6 times 10 is going to give us 60. 2 times 5 is 10. 6 times 10 is 60. There is a shortcut here. I'm going to write it down here for you before I finish the work up there. If you've got 10/60 and you got 10/10, you can just cancel those zeros and notice you have the same answer. But you can cancel only one ending 0 over one ending 0, okay? But if you don't know it, you're going to work with the 10/60. Just do your 10 divided by 60, and you get this decimal. Math, fraction, enter, and notice again, we get 1/6. 1/6 is our final answer. I hope you've done well in multiplying your fractions. If you have any questions, be sure to check with your teacher at 10:30 a.m. in your Google Hangouts, or check with your teacher at 2:30 p.m. in your Google Hangouts. Thank you and have a good day.